Hey y'all, here's what I've been up to and why you haven't seen me in so long. I moved. As you can tell, I'm in a different basement. And I also um have been doing a lot of mutual aid stuff. I have since been trained as a street medic by North Star. A lot of this stuff is on my social media, but not really here because when I make a video, I like to make an invested video length with like a full length of time. Um, but yeah, as of 2 weekends ago, I've been street medic trained by North Star. I've also taken other trainings to expand my knowledge and, never stop learning. Stop learning is a bad idea. Um, and I am still doing my mutual aid project for power packs to the people. I buy uh, battery banks and I redistribute them for free. Um, and I also started doing cords today because turns out people need cords. Like, people don't buy battery banks because they keep putting it off even though they know they don't want their phone to die, and people don't buy cords even though they know they need cords to recharge their phone. There are people who let their cords get fucked up and keep using them because they just don't put it on priority to buy them. So I distributed cords today, and lo and behold, I distributed a cord to somebody whose cord is damaged. So yeah, so all things cell phone rechargeable now is my thing. I have also distributed car chargers before, so I'm on it. And I started a new mutual aid project yesterday. I now distribute funds for ride shares. So I take funds from the community and I redistribute them $30 $30 at a time per request, unless something else is requested within reason. I have had somebody try to be foolish with me already today, only a few hours in, and I did send them money, but I did not send them all the money that they were requesting because I know a ride does not cost that fucking much. But it's just a little frustrating, that I feel like somebody tried to take advantage of me or take advantage of the mutual aid, but I still got that person what they needed. And what else? It's hot. It's been so hot. My brain is a little. I started doing that because it's hot. Yesterday it got up to almost 40 degrees Celsius, and a lot of people were distributing water to our unhoused neighbors, which is great, but that only goes so far when you have to worry about people, not have to worry about people, but it only goes so far when people are standing out at these bus stops for upwards of an hour just to get from point A to point B or wherever they're going. So we're doing ride shares now so people don't have to stand out in this heat to get to where they need to go. Just talking about the heat makes me fucking thirsty. And I've already raised a little under $500 for that, and the funds just keep coming in. So I'm considering starting a fundraiser for it. This is my first money redistribution mutual aid project, and this is the first mutual aid project where I will not be taking cash. If someone needs a ride, how are they going to get to me? They already need a ride. So it makes way more sense to not take cash for this, to redistribute funds, to get funds and redistribute digitally. So yeah. And I don't ask people where they're going or where they're coming from. I give them the money, they get the ride share, whatever they need. I don't care what they get. I'm not sponsored by any company. This is about getting people out of the heat as quickly as possible. And also, in terms of me being a newly trained street medic, I am also gathering money to get supplies and to extend my training. I don't know if I've already said that. I probably did. Please excuse me, y'all. It's just been so fucking hot. And I've been pushing it, honestly. I did yesterday off of 2 days of sleep, and I've been doing like full days for at least 3 days in a row. Before that, I was taking naps and shit. And speaking of which, what happened 3 days ago was the city went and removed the barricades and porta potties, like I've said in the previous video. And then the community members went and made their own barricades, and community also got their own porta potties and hand washing stations, and they're nicer than the fucking city's hand washing stations and porta potties. So it's like, what I know what I said previously in previous videos and in social media posts. Now that this has happened, what I want is for the square to have an emphasis on repairing relationships and taking responsibility for the people that have been run out of the square and people that have been disenfranchised. So they don't always have to count on like white guilt always drawing at a crowd. They actually have to. It is the square's responsibility to make amends with the community as far as I'm concerned, because it's people within the square that have run people out. And I talked to someone yesterday that also got run out of the square by one of the people who ran me out of the square a few weeks ago. I now know how that personally feels. I know how that person feels, even though I don't know exactly how they feel with what exactly happened in their situation. But I know how that feels. I know how being run out of a space where we're supposed to be working with Black trauma feels. I know what it's like for another Black person to put their trauma before another Black person's trauma and treat them like lesser. And that's how that person was treated. So, and I just think it's so fucking sad that even in that dire situation of the square, of the city taking back the Jerry's and trying to reopen traffic and shit, that person is still not fucking getting it. Like, and then this person just does this shit, and then when people talk about it, they're like, oh, well, you have to handle your own interpersonal shit and shit like that. When shit like that happens, people don't want to fucking talk to these people. Because this one person did something, yeah, and it is this one person's job to take responsibility for what they did, don't get me wrong. But, like, these people are running people out of the square in the name of representing the square. Like, and when I say these people, I know exactly who I'm talking about. I'm talking about the people that ran me out and the person that ran this person out. And the people that get run out by other people in the name of the square. There have been other instances of other things not related to that. But yeah, I was hoping that would stop, but it happened even the day of, so I'm just like, fuck. But this person didn't make as big a deal out of getting run out of the square as I did. And there are also people who knew me for a while that had my back. So I'm welcome back at the square, and the two people that ran me out don't talk to me anymore. This person was one of the people that took it more quietly and just doesn't want to go back to the square. And I don't blame them for processing their trauma the way in which they chose to process it. It's just, if I may extend to you the invitation, if you've been run out of the square, come on back. Talk about it. It needs to be fucking talked about. This is the fucking elephant in the room. And I am not saying that as a fat joke. For anybody who knows who's involved, don't fucking go there, please. We all know that's a matter of saying. Don't go around saying I made a fat joke. And some of you may not know who I'm talking about because you may have been run out by someone else and you have no idea what I'm talking about. But yeah. No, we can't go on like this. We can't go on with people getting run out of the square and people being hostile and using their trauma as an excuse to be shitty. We can't go on like this. Everybody here is a fucking adult. And they need to take responsibility for their actions. So, with that being said, Mayor Jacob Fry in the press conference talked about how he's been working with leaders like Agape and other people. For those of you who either saw or read that raggedy asshole press conference, like, Mayor Jacob Frey basically, these are my black friends, agape, friends on agape, and I wasn't there. The barricades were removed at 4. Oh, the barricades were removed at 4:30 a.m. I was not there. I was at home, and I'm surprised Mayor Jacob Frey actually did that. This has gone on 10 minutes. Well, I can do a few more minutes. And it's like I have mixed feelings about it. Like, despite what I said at that time when I was angry versus now, I'm glad this has happened because I want the people at the square to be considerate of how they treat people. And now I feel like even though apparently, unfortunately, other people are still going unchecked, now there's another level of sensitivity of like, okay, you actually need to focus on retaining people and making things right with who you know you can make things right with. Because I don't want the security of the city barricades to make y'all soft and think y'all can just treat people any kind of way and be comfortable with running people off. That's my thing. At the same time, I do believe that the space needs to be preserved in George Floyd's memory for the sake of every black person that has and will die to police brutality. And now, of course, not just black people, anyone who isn't the white elite. Because everyone around here on this ground level is a possible victim of police brutality. Or a mass shooting, which is a different section of white supremacy. So, yeah. And that's where I'm at right now. So, I talked about the mutual aid projects, talked about George Floyd Square. I think that's it for this video. Thank y'all for watching. Take care of yourself, each other. Fuck white supremacists. Make racists and rapists afraid again. Bye.